Really the night everyone here in Milwaukee and across the country has been waiting for. Tonight is the night that we'll be hearing from former President Donald Trump. Now, this is the first time he will be addressing the nation since the assassination attempt last weekend. Still a very active scene here this morning, and it has been for hours now. I'll step out of the way so you can see what's going on behind me. It's sort of surreal to be out here on the ground, seeing all of this and talking to the people who experienced this last night.
Yeah, they are, as you said, are in pretty good spirits, kind of stunned, as you would expect.
You can hop in a rented kayak, canoe, paddleboard, paddle boat, or you can bring your own boat if you have one. We have a little over 4 inches here on the west side of Madison, and it is that wet, packy snow, so maybe you want to build a snowman today. This is a very exciting environment tonight. What was it like to have family, friends, community members come out here and support you?
So I love Dane County. I've lived here my whole entire life. It's rare. I'm raising my boys.
Tickets can be bought on their website. We have a link up on our website right now, NBC15.com. We'll throw it back to you guys before I get killed.
Mackenzie, are you going to demonstrate how we can do this here?
You know, I'm maybe not the best one to demonstrate, but I am learning this morning. This bar class is new for me. Thanks for joining us at 7:30 on this Sunday. I'm Mackenzie Davis. We start with breaking news from the News Now desk. Several people are in the hospital after being shot last night attending a gathering in downtown Madison. This happened early this morning. Our Brooklyn Andrews is live with the latest on this developing story. Brooklyn, we're hearing this might have been some sort of high school graduation gathering or celebration. A community just trying to keep themselves and their children safe, frustrated as police investigate the latest shots fired incident at Madison's Harmony Apartments. The Republican National Convention has wrapped up. Another high-profile visit is ahead for Wisconsin. Vice President Kamala Harris will make a stop in the Badger State on Tuesday.
Hey, groundbreaking for the Future Center for Black Excellence and Culture is taking place in Madison on this Juneteenth.
WMTV's Brooklyn Andrews joining us live this morning from the future site of the center. Good morning, Brooklyn. People in Milwaukee still reeling from former President Donald Trump's comments earlier this week, calling the city, quote, horrible. We are following 2 breaking stories this 4th of July morning. A deadly shooting with a suspect on the run in Columbus and a crash with serious injuries in Madison. Well, don't tell the players, but the biggest star at the Madison Mallards baseball games might be a dog. March showers bring April flowers.
I think that's how the saying goes,
switch it up a little bit.
There is a method to the madness.
This madness. Every election season, receiving text messages from numbers we don't recognize from candidates asking for your vote, donations, and to go to the polls on Election Day.
Most of these are fundraising, but in swing states, they might serve the secondary purpose of trying to get people excited to show up and vote as well.
UW-Madison journalism professor Mike Wagner says as Tuesday's primary election and the November elections get closer, you will continue to get these messages, especially here in the Badger State.
People living in Wisconsin and other swing states will get almost as many texts from candidates for office as they do from their friends and family.
Wagner says these messages do seem to be relatively effective, especially in today's society.
Much harder to ignore a text when we're tied to our phones all day than it is to ignore an email or a phone call on a landline.
Which is especially appealing to younger voters.
Campaigns have really begun to understand and harness the ability of connecting with voters where they live, which is on their phone. And we see more and more campaigns and parties texting folks to get their dollars, their attention, and their commitment to vote.
Wagner adds once you give your phone number to a campaign, it's in the system. You can temporarily put an end to the messages by replying stop or blocking the number. But until then, Wagner says to expect an increase in these messages up until November 5th. In Madison, Mackenzie Davis, WMTV 15 News.
On the menu today, we've got fruit pizza and minestrone soup.
It doesn't sound or maybe even smell like summer school, but it is.
20 middle schoolers here, all excited about getting into the kitchen.
Rising 6th through 8th graders are cooking up new recipes this week in the Career and Technical Education Summer Discovery Camp at Capitol High School.
And my favorite thing that we made is the pizza, definitely.
Yeah, the pizza was really good.
It's so good.
Soon to be 6th graders Gia and Etta are taking the class.
We learned learn like knife skills and like washing hand skills.
Teacher Emily Sonneman says this is a great age for kids to learn skills in the kitchen.
Build some independence and self-confidence around making food and finding healthy things that they love to eat.
Sonneman says the goal of the week-long class is to get kids feeling confident that they can cook for themselves.
Instead of doing something boring and easy like toast or something. So it's like rewarding to make your own food.
While also learning non-cooking skills.
This is about problem solving, communication, navigating things when your recipe doesn't go well, and figuring out how to be a good human. And it's all wrapped up and disguised in food.
Making new friends from other middle schools in the district.
So working with new people is good because you get to like different experiences.
Molding young minds, maybe some with bright futures in the kitchen ahead of them.
We're gonna set up a little restaurant.
In Madison, Mackenzie Davis, WMTV 15 News.